What's up, everybody? It is Friday, February 27th. We got to talk about Jane Street today. A couple other topics. Appreciate you for tapping in. I am your host, Crypto with Paul. You're watching the TheCoinZone. Make sure to hit that sub button on the way in and that like button. We already got Ultra Justin in the comments. Look at this. Ultra Justin, thanks for tapping in, my guy. Happy Friday. Smash that like button, excuse me. You know what it is. Still getting the first coffee in. Guys, in the comments, let me know if you hit the gym already this morning. It's Friday. How are we starting the day? Some people prefer coffee. Myself, I prefer a lot of things. Coffee, the gym, and we're out of here. Okay, let's stop playing around and let's actually get to these topics right now. So, if you've never heard of Jane Street before, that's okay, because up until recently, honestly, I haven't really either. But it turns out Jane Street has been doing a lot of manipulation. Let's actually break this down, guys, because when you actually look in the weed of things, it's actually pretty insane. And again, this is not something new. This is a playbook that's been used before. So let's get into it. Crash markets and make billions. Jane Street. You know what this reminds me of? Honestly, sorry, just interjecting real quick, is everybody's favorite guy, George Soros. Alrighty, let's get back to it. Okay, with the amount of accusations, it looks like Jane Street's entire business model is draining liquidity by crashing markets and profiting from it. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, well, now we know. This happened not once, but multiple times. The Indian stock market case is the cleanest documented example of how Jane Street works. They ran something similar to a 10 a.m. slam algo in India and made $4.23 billion, but got busted, temporarily banned by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. The Gary Gins of India. Well, not anymore. The Paul Atkins of India. Okay, Indian playbook. Thank you. Securities and Exchange Board of India. Great. Between January 2023 and March 2025, Jane Street's entities in India generated approximately 36,000 rupees or whatever, I'm assuming, in net profit on 21 flagged expiry days. This honestly is insanely long, guys. I'm not going to get to the whole thing because we'd be here until tomorrow and it wouldn't be too exciting for you to watch. Okay, I'm just being honest. All right, because we still have a lot of other things to talk about, but let's summarize this a little bit. This is from Ash Crypto. Maybe this is why Bitcoin crashed, because this is the narrative. When you have big market makers like this, and we're not even talking about when, you know, BlackRock dumps on a specific day or when someone makes a big announcement. Nothing has made sense the past 12 months, basically, right? So if we're finding out, you know, October 10th, for example, nearly $20 billion liquidated from the market, and we're finding out someone specific was behind that. Yeah, I mean, you can actually point to the entire market overall, you know, in a short-term phase here, it being in a specific direction and it being in a specific way because of market makers, because of situations like this. So Ash Crypto says maybe this is why Bitcoin crashed 50% in 140 days with no bounce or relief rally. Jane Street playbook. So this is really what it is, guys. I'm not going to read that entire thing. Let's do this here. Are you ready? Okay, so Jane Street. Buy spot Bitcoin ETF, let's say 70K, for example. Open large shorts with options. Then they dump the spot with 10 a.m. algo. Panic selling starts. They close their shorts and profit. And then they rinse and repeat. That's legal, guys. You know, it's crazy. And this has been done before many, many times. We've even talked about Jamie Dimon doing this a couple of years ago. Publicly, he would make a statement about Bitcoin, you know, call it something, oh, it's stupid, whatever, money laundering, right? And then that same day, as it dumps, or the next day, whatever, his offshore accounts are buying Bitcoin when the price drops. So, you know, you gotta watch out for these people, guys. This is the unfortunate situation of the crypto streets here, guys. It's dirty in these streets. All right, we're bringing back the music for a little. Ultra Justin. Shout out to Ultra Justin. VFAT pools. Bro, I've been trying to say pools like like Jake Gordon. The VFAT pools. All right, we got the VFAT pools. We'll be running all the ETH and the USDC. That's all I got. It's the best I got so far. LOL Classic, yeah. We're out here, dude. But let's get to DZ's take on this whole thing as well. So basically just summarizing it, exactly how Ash Crypto did as well. Easiest explanation of Jane Street manipulation. So you buy the open, just to explain it to you guys again. If we got newbies, if we got, you know, if you're a bit in the game, you understand this. Maybe if you're a newbie, like, you know, this is something I was naive about when I first got into investing in crypto is, and then the one thing I kind of realized right away that made me understand that crypto is insanely volatile and scary is because you have market makers in the stock market where there's tons and tons of more liquidity. So in a space like crypto with tons of less liquidity, it's not going to take that much to make something happen. And that's what we're seeing. Legitimately. So they buy Bitcoin, open shorts, dump the Bitcoin with 10 a.m. algo, create panic selling. The price drops, and they close the short. It's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, that's why we're talking about this today, guys. Ultra Justin out here. Maybe got 11 of you guys on stream today. Not really a fan of some of the new videos. I get what he's trying to do, showing off the freestyle. Freedom with the DeFi. Yeah. That's funny. I was thinking the same thing. Because that's like, I was thinking the same thing. You know why? Because like in right now's culture, like nobody wants to see somebody showing off right now. People, like that's not the type of content people are looking for. But I mean, the educational stuff, you know, putting people on game, like that's what people are looking for. So I feel you, Ultra Justin. By the way, I just got a new Rolex. No, I'm kidding. This is a $100, $99 watch off Amazon. So we are out here. And that's how you do it, guys. That's how you save money to buy crypto. Am I right? Okay, breaking. Look at this, guys. Shortly after all this happened, Crypto Rover posted this. Breaking, Jane Street deletes all of their posts from their X account. That's literally insane. I don't even know if that's true. Like, I feel like Crypto Rover posts some sus things sometimes. I hope you're not watching. He definitely isn't. He's a big channel. Okay, let's ask Rock. Okay, let's see what Grok says. They did not delete all of their tweets, at least not in the sense of recent wiping in active history, their official X account. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Show 0 tweets. However, reliable reports and checks, including from trading professionals and Wayback Machine archives, indicate the account has been essentially empty for years. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So Grok did some vetting for us. Shout out to AI, guys. If you're watching, that is a great transition. Okay, because this is what I want to talk about next, guys. Let's keep it moving here. Where is the share button? What just happened? You guys are looking at my face this whole time? Oh my God. All right, this is what I want to share right now. Let's get to it. If you guys are tapping and if you're watching right now, make sure to hit that like button. It's Friday. Friday's a good day. You guys have the weekend if you don't have a part-time job, a second job, like most of us in America do, because not everyone's winning, Mr. Trump, okay? Too much winning. Yeah, a lot of people got jobs, great, but they're freaking second jobs, guys. This is not like things are going great. So let's get to it. Are things going to get better? I don't know, but this is happening, okay? Anthropic CEO just announced AI will get rid of 50% of lawyers. Get this, guys. Lawyers, consultants, and finance professionals within 12 months. 12 months. And who is Anthropic's CEO? Who is that guy? Let me break it down to you guys. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. All right, Anthropic is an American artificial intelligence company headquartered in San Francisco, founded in 2021. Okay, they're founded by former OpenAI execs, you know, most notably Dario Amodi, I think it is. Familiar with that name though, but their main product is Claude, guys. Claude is one of the large language models that has been taking over. Okay, this is something that's similar to like a Grok product, Gemini, ChatGPT, right? But Claude is different. You know, it's one of the leading large language models. You're seeing it used primarily in large, you know, by everyone setting up OpenClaw or similar alternatives like IronClaw or any of the other freaking claws, or the other one that I'm honestly very fascinated by, which is called I forget what it was called. Actually, something with AI agents. It wasn't anything claw related, but there's a lot of alternatives out there, guys. It'll come to me. Right. All right. So that is the CEO of Anthropic. Let's get back to this video and play it real quick. I'm going to pull the music down and let's get right into it.
You've said AI could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs and spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years.
Yes,
that's shocking.
That is the future we could see if we don't become aware of this problem now.
Half of all entry-level white-collar jobs.
Well, if we look at entry-level consultants, lawyers, financial professionals, you know, many of kind of the white-collar service industries, a lot of what they do, you know, AI models are already quite good at, and without intervention. It's hard to imagine that there won't be some significant job impact there. And my worry is that it'll be broad and it'll be faster than what we've seen with previous technology.
Okay. So if that's the case, guys, look, I'm just going to lay it out. I've been saying this a bunch of times on the channel, and it's just because it's Elon Musk keeps saying it. Just, you know, okay, so Elon Musk keeps saying, just said again in another interview, someone asked him if you should save or what they should do to save for retirement. And he's like, you know, your age, whatever, in 20 years, I don't think it would make sense for you to save for retirement, because by then we'll have, you know, the productivity by AI and robotics. You're going to get a high universal basic income, meaning he'll be sent money by the government, like $100K a year, or inflation at that point, you're probably looking at like $250K a year to live comfortably, right? Unless you're buying Bitcoin right now. Just kidding, guys. Not really, but I mean, what do you think? It's an interesting take, and this is also interesting as well. We have major mass layoff announcements. Okay, we just heard from, who was it yesterday? Jack Dorsey laid off some people. Okay, so this is from Bull Theory as well. Over 1.17 million US jobs were announced in the last year, the highest since the pandemic. But another stat, you know, US jobs were cut. Yeah, and I saw in 2025 job growth was like basically nothing. And Trump at the speech he gave the other night, I forget what it was called, the State of the Union speech, he said like we've had the most hires in history or something like that. The most people have a job in American history. And I'm like, that's not an accomplishment. Like, job growth didn't grow. That's just like, that's from like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. You know, it's just from an excess of people. So like, it's just like obvious. If more people are here, you're gonna have like more people getting jobs. It's just like obvious. And this is also what's happening too, guys. If you don't think, every time I see a headline like this, it makes me want to buy a cabin in the woods and just move far away from all of this. But I feel like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. Just in, Burger King rolling out AI headshots to monitor how nice employees are to customers. You're going to have Starbucks level niceness at a Burger King. Is that insane? Is that weird? Kind of. Usually with these chains, you're used to something a little different. I kind of want to keep that culture there. I don't know how I feel about this. Now we're having, what is it going to be? Palantir with the data? Is it going to be Sam Altman with the data? At the end of the day, you're going to have, yeah, as a Burger King worker, your facial interactions in a data center somewhere for Google or Sam Altman. Like that's crazy, guys. But this is the, I mean, is it crazy because our iPhones probably have our faces every second of the day? I'm recording with my phone right now. I'm cooked. We're all cooked. We're cooked, guys. Okay. But this is what's going on. Honestly, just getting back to everything with Jane Street, let's actually really go back to the main article real quick. I mean, they broke it down, but the ETFs. So Jane Street became an authorized participant for major Bitcoin ETFs. So authorized participants sit inside creation and redemption mechanics. They can create ETF shares, redeem ETF shares, hedge through futures, write options in arbitrage spreads. So public 13F filings show long ETF positions. They do not show short futures, swaps, written options, net exposure after hedging. A reported long position does not automatically mean net long exposure. This is very interesting stuff here that's going on with Jane Street. And then we had everything else that was tied to that we didn't even talk about with the initial, before I even saw any of this, the initial headlines that came out about Jane Street was about being attached to Terra Luna and them crashing Terra Luna. Lettuce. It sounds like I just said lettuce. If you guys are fan of, right back to Burger King. All right. If you guys are fans of, chat, let me know in the comments what your favorite fast food chain is. Honestly, I don't know how we've gotten here. I've never asked a type of question like that on the show before. But chat, let me know how we're feeling. Ultra Justin, I've been utilizing Gemini to help analyze my current pools, helps me track impermanent loss, and can notify you when prices get back to entry prices. Bro, that is literally the exact reason why I wanted to create an AI agent. And I actually had that conversation with somebody at ETH Denver. I was like, I just want to tell this thing to track the pool. And that's exactly what I was going to tell it to do. Avoid impermanent loss at all, you know, at like that's your number one goal, is to avoid impermanent loss. Your number one goal is just to grow the portfolio, just to monitor it. Yeah, that's fire. Ultra Justin, bro. We're out here. I'm gonna have to do a video on pools. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, man. This is love to see it. What else we got, guys? What else we got? It's a Friday. It's Friday. I'm not gonna do it, but it is Friday. Actually, this is pretty exciting. Why don't we share this real quick? Just a little ADA news for you guys, because this is exciting. You know, I actually had a post as well. You have USDCX on ADA, okay? This is big, guys. This is a huge thing because you have, it's not only just USDC, it's a private USDC. And I'm trying to find this. I have a post about Elizabeth Warren. And that is, yeah. Let's get to this, guys. 5 million USDCX were just minted on Cardano. And this was my post, just reacting to Sebi. Shout out to Sebi. Cardano SBO, stake pool operator. Love to see it. I said, I'm so used to seeing these posts about Solana or Ethereum. It's so good to see Cardano instead. And this is the first time we've really ever seen a major stablecoin be minted on Cardano. That's a big accomplishment. It's really cool. You know, as someone who holds like USDC, see, I can now finally like use that and interact with that on Cardano natively. That's it's pretty damn cool, guys. There's a lot going on. And why don't we just check coin market cap as well, chat? what is going on in the streets? What's going on in the markets? You know, what's very interesting is, I got to be honest, I've been using a new platform called Uphold. I'm honestly trying to get away from Coinbase a little bit. So on Uphold, they kind of list specific, coins that they think might be able to run. And what's funny is they just listed Kite. And I mean, you guys know how I feel about Kite. Been talking about Kite for a while. Personally, I do not hold any. And there are, big risks and things that are concerning. But like at the end of the day, there's just things that like I'm just looking at, and I kind of share on this channel sometimes. But also, speaking of Kite, guys, I want to show you this. So we just dropped a video today. Okay, it's got a lot of clips, a bunch of clips that I took personally when I was at ETH Denver last week. Interviews that I've done that I did when I was at ETH Denver last week. So if you want to go see what my personal experience was at ETH Denver, go check our last video out. We just dropped it an hour ago. So I appreciate that. Had a great time there. ETH Denver was, you're going to see, we got videos that came out, talk about ETH Denver. But, people were saying, oh, the conference was dead. ETH is dead, poop. Man. Supposedly I talked to OGs in the space that went to previous ETH Denvers. It wasn't as big as previous years, sure. But when I was there, man, I swear to God, it was buzzing. Everybody was focused. Everybody wanted to collab. Everybody was just focused on building. Ultra Justin was a great video. Hell yeah. Thanks for the love, Ultra Justin. We're out here. That's how we do it, guys. Yeah, it was a great time, though. And if anybody's a fan of the comedian TJ Miller, he was there. A couple of people were going out to him and like, TJ, can I get a picture? I should have done it. I'm not that type of guy. I wish I was sometimes, because then the opportunity goes away and I'm like, damn. It is what it is. But yeah, he's a funny dude. He's pretty tall. I didn't realize how tall that guy was. I actually saw him perform in Phoenix last year. Yeah. But that's basically what I want to talk about, guys. I'm going to leave you with that. So make sure to go check our last video out, ETH Denver, and also the video before that, and the one before that, and the one before that now. Okay. But yeah, guys, Vitalik just dumped Ethereum, kind of broke that down. We put that video out yesterday. There's a lot going on in this ecosystem. The ETH, the Base ecosystem. There's a lot going on. And I've talked a lot about, AI agent projects native to ETH and Base, and it's all exciting stuff. And it's probably, honestly, I'm going to be honest real quick. It's the stuff I'm most excited about personally in this space with crypto, because it reminds me of some of the stuff that got me first excited in 2021, because this genuinely seems like, how can this not be the immediate future? And also this isn't a narrative that's just going to go away. AI agents doing payments autonomous, that's not going away. That's going to be a standard. That's a new standard. And I'm not saying that. CZ saying that at the World Economic Forum. Multiple bankers. Larry Fink is saying that at the World Economic Forum. So, yeah, that's basically it. But go check out, the videos we just posted, guys. Appreciate the support. Make sure to like this video. Hit that sub button. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's Friday. Ultra Justin. Have a great weekend. Appreciate it. Yeah, Gemini. That's cool. So Gemini, not even a Claude bot. Just running a poo. V-Flat poo. Jake Gordon. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Make sure to hit that sub button. Share this video for me on social medias if you can. Get the word out there. We're a small channel trying to grow. We have goals and ambitions, so help me out here, guys. Help out the TheCoinZone if you like it. Make sure to share it around. Hit that like button. And that's it. I'll see you guys again on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care.